Welcome all to Off the Cuff with Namrita. And today's show is all about SALA 2023, a path-breaking multidisciplinary conversation that debuted in 2019 South Asian Literature and Arts Festival. And now SALA 2023 will explore the changing narratives in our diaspora. And I'm thrilled to have Shobhaa Dé with me. Her name is a brand itself. She is the original influencer. Shobhaa is a contemporary journalist and author, a social commentator who successfully challenged and changed the face of journalism in India. So, Shobhaa, welcome to Off the Cuff.
Thanks very much.
And I have two wonderful ladies. I always love chatting with them, who, and both of them are making this amazing event happen. Ambika Sahay, welcome, Ambika.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, she is the founder and executive director of the Art Forum. She spearheads strategic execution of events and festival concepts. And I have Kiran Malhotra with me. Kiran, very warm welcome to Off the Cuff.
Thank you, Namrita. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Hi,
for joining.
Shobhaa.
Hey, hi everyone again.
Yeah. And Kiran serves as a trustee of UC Santa Cruz Foundation and also
Yeah.
sits on the board of Public Health Foundation of India. She has consistently supported the visual arts and has been an advocate and a patron for the performing arts. She maintains a keen interest in contemporary arts and lends active patronage to upcoming artists. And she is the founding member of SALA. So, Shobha, I'll start with you. You've written numerous books, 20 or more books, and some of the titles are Starry Nights, Sultry Days, Socialite Evenings. You've written about power, greed, lust, and sex with unabashed abandon, I'll say. So, what can we find in your recent memoir, Insatiable? Is it about jism ki bhook? Because, I heard it's about the importance of food and our life.
Jism ki book, that sounds fantastic. It sounds like a Mahesh Bhatt film.
Yes.
I'm so sorry to disappoint you. It's about all kinds of books, not necessarily just Jism ki book,
Okay.
because my hunger for life really is a hunger that is universal. I think we all hunger for something wonderful at all times. And I am very partial to food, yes, because food is something that is so primary, and we often underestimate the power of food in our lives. But food really connects us all. It connects the whole world. It connects families and friends and shared meals and conversations, and all of it has to essentially do with food. It's really that basic. So it's about my hunger for beauty, for music, for dance, for poetry, for movies, uh, just about every aspect of life that we sometimes tend to take so much for granted, but we absolutely must. Should give all of ourselves, 110% of ourselves to every moment.
I believe so. And, as the title is so apt, I think, for your life too. And, you did say food is like adventure to you. So, what kind of food would you like to indulge in here in the Bay Area? Because you are coming for Sala, if food is adventure for you.
Well, to start with, I am just so delighted to be invited to SALA because it provides such an important platform for contemporary writers and artists.
Mhm.
And this is an opportunity for people like myself to interact with people from across the US and as well as the invitees, some marquee writers will be there. I'm looking forward to some great interactions, great panels. But for me, food is really a metaphor. It's not just about eating bhel puri on Chowpatty Beach, but food as a metaphor for all that is the kind of which connects us all. So
Absolutely.
what I'm looking forward to are great meals, of course. Wherever I go, I travel on my stomach. And memories of food are very powerful memories. For example, I'm sure all of us have extremely strong memories of what we used to eat as children, what maybe our mothers cooked for us, what we may be cooking for our own kids, or certainly sharing with our kids, and in my case with my grandkids. So it's for me, it's really that food as a very essential part of the pleasure that life actually holds in a way that's very meaningful to all of us.
Like we all say, nothing like maa ka khana, right? So it's
Ah,
memories for all of us. So Kiran, now, what prompted you to start Sala in 2019? And what I've seen of it, you do amplify a lot of progressive voices through this festival. So what is the criteria of choosing the guests you bring on?
What the guests I get. It's
Yes.
my interest in art and interest in food, and now the latest one is interest in AI in food and art.
Wow.
So it's really been a journey
Mhm.
ever since we started the Epicurean panels.
Yes.
So I'm talking about food, Shobha. So we have 3 Epicurean panels, and we have one AI panel which intersects between art and
wow.
food. So how AI
Yeah.
is going to help, or is already helping.
Yeah.
And we have excellent artists for the panel of steel and art together. So that's and how I started. No, Ambika and Mayu recruited me. Mayu, the
Okay.
third board member, I got recruited. I was like a vela, so I got recruited. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but we are so happy in the Bay Area that you did start it. And Ambika, now tell us more about the 2023 Sala. Who's coming up and what's happening there?
Absolutely. It's going to be a delight. And like Shobha said, it's going to feed your soul, your mind, your palate in all senses at the festival. We have a lot of literary stalwarts here. Amitav Ghosh and Abraham Verghese will be at the festival. Of course, Shobhaa Dé here is also, and we are absolutely delighted to bring this panel, this whole festival. There are 22 panel discussions. We have 65 plus speakers at this festival. We have poetry reading, we have prose reading, we have performances, we have a marketplace to highlight. Again, we are promoting South Asian small businesses who are creating their own product. They will be there at this festival. There's, of course, food and food trucks, and what are we without chai? So
Yes.
all that will be at the festival. And then, like Kiran said, we have the literature panel, we have the art panel, which Kiran has curated. We also have art in the form of craft, our Indian craft that we are bringing, and we are having this discussion on looking at craft as an art and all that goes with it.
Mhm.
We have a lot of discussion on cricket, which is one of a very popular topics. It's something that gets everybody excited. But we are sort of deep diving, looking back. Uh, there's Professor Kidambi who's written a book about how colonizers brought cricket to the South Asian countries and how these countries and people took it on themselves. And now here in the US, cricket is becoming popular again. So it's a nice arc we have about cricket. And Kiran has already told you about AI. We are looking at technology and art merging. I mean, there's Cloud Chef, which is this entrepreneur who is bringing recipes. I can get a Bukhara
Oh,
makhani dal recipe here in the Bay Area. I mean, these kind of things are just amazing. So it's just going to be super. And of course, we have, like you said, we bring a bit progressive thoughts and we bring social issues too. We have panel on human trafficking, which is something that we need to take seriously, and we'll have at this festival too. And then the fun side is, I don't know if it's fun or serious. We have dating also as a panel discussion. How the diaspora
important.
is, sort of, should we stick to arranged marriages or find a partner of our own? And if we do, how does that fit into our community? And we're looking into all of that. And I mean, I would love to. We'll Shobha, I mean, and your insatiable appetite for life, but we look into how about dating for seniors in this panel too, and how that concept in South Asian community does not resonate, but it's a concept that we are introducing. So it's going
Absolutely.
to be packed.
Yeah, yeah. Wonderful, wonderful, and looking forward to it. And Shobha, you are quite a maverick, I have to say. You're still being politically incorrect, She's still writing the column. And there is a cacophony on the social media these days because we have thousands of influences now. And you've adapted very well to the changing times with you have 2 million plus followers on Twitter. So, how do you manage to stay relevant, especially in today's environment of cancel culture?
Yeah, excellent question. But let me just show you the cover of the book, Insatiable,
Yeah.
so that everyone's familiar with it. And I know it's going to be available there. And I love the cover myself, the cover design and
Beautiful.
everything. So there's a bit of a hard sell here, but I thought it's important to show it.
Yes.
And we want
How
to say
have
that
I
you'll be there for book signing. Sorry for chiming in, but she'll be there for book signing. So get your copy. We will be selling it at the festival. So, yeah.
Oh, thanks for another endorsement. Thanks so much. I mean, that's what really writers live for to make sure that they meet readers, and at a platform like this, you actually get to interact with readers. Otherwise, it can get kind of boring and lonely. You're sitting on your desk and hammering away, and you're at it. And I've been at it now for the last 55 years and I haven't missed a single deadline. And 25 books later, I still feel like, oh my God, I mean, I feel like I've just sort of gotten here. It's a nice feeling because the enthusiasm then stays alive and you still feel very engaged with what you do. It doesn't become something so blasé, so cynical, to say, oh, I've been writing the Times of India column for over 40 years and I've never skipped one,
Mm,
etc. It sounds great,
mm,
but this book really is about turning 75. So it is a book that's looking back in a way that I use food to connect up various months of the year leading up to my 75th birthday. So it was written post COVID. So there is a certain exuberance coming out of something that the world was completely flattened by the virus. And it
definitely.
changed all of us irrevocably, I think. So the book was cathartic in many ways, therapeutic in many ways. So how I've kept relevant is really uh, uh, Twitter and as well as Instagram, where I have I think like 140K followers on Instagram. But you cannot live under a rock if you are in media. You
Mm,
absolutely have to be on top of it. But I have one little mantra for myself, which is more for self-preservation than anything else. That social media shouldn't be on top of you. You have to be on top of social media.
yeah.
You control your own narrative. You control how much you want to share.
Mm,
You control whether you want to engage with trolls or you don't. You control whether you want to get into a tutu meme with people who are calling you all sorts of names and abusing you.
mm,
So for me, that's been a very, very thought through decision. And I enjoy the platforms very much. I feel it's very important to be present on all the platforms, or you're going to be irrelevant very soon. No matter how many books you write, if you're not visible on social media platforms,
mm,
that's how the algorithms work, as I'm sure all of you know better than I do.
mm.
Yeah, you may as well, retire, pack up your bags, and head to a retirement home. So it was important for me to stay there in that space because I still have a lot I want to share. I have a lot to say, and the best way to do it is to be in control of your own platform, which is like Twitter or Facebook or your own blogs or what you choose to put on Instagram.
Absolutely. And Shobha, I used to religiously read Nita's Natter in Stardust, and get all the juicy gossip from there. But now everyone with a smartphone is a paparazzi. They are making their own news, airport or gyms or
Absolutely.
restaurants. So what do you think of this paparazzi culture now? And, anything you have to
Well,
say?
just to put things in perspective, we just celebrated 50 years of Stardust
Oh,
a few
right.
months ago.
Nice.
So
Congratulations.
that kind of puts everything in a context, right? And
Hmm.
I left Stardust 40 years ago myself. I have very little connection to Stardust. I
Hmm.
enjoyed what I did. I was the founding editor. We established a very powerful, very strong brand.
Hmm.
And the gossip the now everyone, like you rightly said,
Hmm.
can be a journalist, a reporter, an opinion maker,
Yes.
and I like it. I think it's very democratic.
Hmm.
You don't have to be an accredited journalist to be able to say something pretty powerfully.
Hmm.
And if what you're saying is said well and convincingly,
Hmm.
you develop your own brand,
Hmm.
and you don't need a media house to back you. And you can just be out there saying what a lot of citizens may want to hear
Hmm.
and can respond to, but
Hmm.
without having to conform to the rules imposed on writers, columnists, and so on by
Hmm.
media houses, which is how it is across the world. You're not as independent as you might want to be. There are a lot of things which are off limits.
Hmm.
But if you're on your own, you're expressing your opinions without those constraints, I think those opinions have every right to coexist with printed opinion in newspapers.
Okay. Yeah. Well said. Well said. Yeah, one question about language, especially with NRIs. I don't know, maybe I think that way, that we and NRIs have a language complex. We don't know who, English zyada bolo, Hindi bolo, Marathi bolo. So, and you are a huge proponent of English, since you started writing, and
Yes.
you're the mother of English. So, what do you think about that? Should English be given more, weightage and not looked down upon, like the purest thing?
I don't believe that English is looked down upon at all. It's very, very cool to be able to use it well. And in any case, I don't believe that language is static. It's not written in stone.
Yeah.
It's changing constantly. It's evolving constantly. And slang is very much a part of living languages. And street speak is very much a part of how we communicate.
Yeah.
And there are words in every language and every dialect in India which somehow manage to creep into popular culture, into our movies, into our songs,
Mm.
into literature. So English has established a place of its own. I think it deserves to be recognized for what it is. It, in a way, connects all of India in a language which borrows from Gujarati, from Marathi, from Hindustani, from Urdu, from Tamil, from Kolkata, from Bengal. There are lots of expressions which are from UP. It's just an amalgamation of how Indians speak. I think there is a lot of legitimacy to English, and we should be proud of it and not behave like it's something that we're slightly
Outdated.
embarrassed to
Yeah,
communicate in.
absolutely. It's the changing narrative, around language
Yeah.
to us. Say so. Coming back to Ambika, Kiran, uh, tell us more about where it's happening, how people can join, who can be there, and everything about the event. Oh yeah, Ambika, you can, yeah, go.
Yeah, sure. This is going to be SALA Festival. Is a South Asian Literature and Art Festival. Will happen over 2 days at the Menlo College, which is in Atherton. And everybody and anybody can come, and please get your tickets. It is going fast
Yes.
at salafestival.org, and it's from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And we've just added a show of Varun Grover comedy show, which is on Saturday, October 7th from 8 p.m. onwards, again at Menlo College, which is in Atherton.
Hmm. Okay, and the tickets are available?
Yeah,
Yes,
on
tickets are
salafestival.org.
Oh, salafestival.org. So only a few days left, listeners. Uh, just go and get your tickets. And you've already heard Shobhaa Dé and you've heard about the lineup. Shobhaa Dé will be there with her book Insatiable. You can talk to her and know more about about the book. And Shobha, this will be the second time I'll be meeting you. I did have a brief meeting with you at the Jaipur Lit Festival. You
Oh,
were,
yes, of
yeah,
course. Yeah.
yeah, I remember the panel. You were, I think Veer Sanghavi was talking to you about your,
That's correct. Yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
yeah,
That was a,
70
it was
and
a, yes,
being
70 and to hell with it. It could have been
yes,
that book also. That
yes.
Then that was 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
it was wonderful.
Shobha, you're so proud of your age. I have to say, when people ask me, I also say I'm 72, and I'm not embarrassed to say that at all.
At all. I'm so glad. I think the cage of age, women just should free themselves from that.
Yeah.
And, it's just never too late to be yourself, to
Absolutely.
do what you want, to dream, to push ahead, and to be apologetic about age, I think is particularly regressive. And every woman should embrace whatever age she's at, love it, own it, and rock it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
75 and age is just a number, and like
Oh, no,
society is
Namrita,
aging.
age is not a
Society
number.
is not a number. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there will be judgments made, but I think Shobha has lived her life the way she wanted to without any apologies. And I think we all should follow that. And,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Inspirational.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely inspirational. Yeah,
Thank
for
you.
us.
very
Thank you.
inspirational. And thank you all for joining at
Thank
such a
Thank you so
short
much.
notice.
Thanks a lot.
Looking forward to seeing you, Shobha.
Absolutely. Love
Thank you,
it.
Shobha.
Love it. Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you to Bolly 92.3.
Thank you, Kiran. Bye.
Thank you, Namrita. Yeah,
Thanks,
off the
Ambika.
cuff.
Yeah. Thanks, Shobha. Take care. Good night.
Take care. Bye, Shobha.
Bye, everyone.
Ambika.
Bye.
Talk
Ciao.
to you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Shosha is a creative Indian restaurant located in the heart of Silicon Valley. Shosha is a woman-owned business that serves traditional Indian flavors assimilated with molecular gastronomy techniques. The best Indian bar with happy hours in the Bay Area serves handcrafted drinks inspired by flavors from India with modern craft cocktails that are presented in unique ways. Shosha is a modern take on traditional Indian cuisine. We specialize in corporate luncheon, anniversary celebrations, birthday parties, and catering. Do check us out for a memorable modern Indian dining experience. Shosha is located at 141 South Murphy Avenue in Sunnyvale, California.